Most people have heard of Brazil's infamous Snake Island, a place ruled by venomous snakes. But what if I told you there's another island that might be just as dangerous, not because of snakes, but because it's home to something far bigger and more powerful: brown bears. Welcome to Admiralty Island, better known as the Fortress of the Bear. Welcome to Beyond Atlas Explore, the channel where we uncover Earth's most extreme, mysterious, and overlooked places. If you love exploring hidden corners of our planet, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an adventure. Today we're heading deep into Alaska's wilderness, rugged mountains, dense forests, bald eagles soaring above, and bears that actually outnumber humans. This is Admiralty Island, a place as fascinating as it is dangerous. Admiralty Island sits in the far southeast of Alaska, tucked inside the dramatic Alaskan Panhandle. Just west of the state capital, Juneau, it's part of the Alexander Archipelago, a maze of over 1,000 islands carved by glaciers and rising straight out of the Pacific. Separating it from the mainland is the icy stretch of water known as Stevens Passage. Now, don't underestimate its size. Admiralty is the 7th largest island in the United States. It stretches roughly 145 kilometers, 90 miles, long, and 56 kilometers, 35 miles, wide, with a total area of more than 4,200 square kilometers. That makes it larger than the entire state of Rhode Island. What makes it even more unique is its shape. Admiralty looks almost like two different islands joined together by a thin land bridge, a rugged puzzle of mountains, valleys, and coastline. Peaks rise to as high as 1,460 meters, 4,800 feet, while fjords and bays cut deep into its shores. It's wild, remote, and shaped by the same forces of ice and rock that define Alaska itself. The perfect setting for a place called the Fortress of the Bear. For such a massive island, Admiralty is almost completely empty. Here, human voices are few, but the sounds of nature are everywhere. Crashing waves, wind through the trees, eagles calling overhead, and bears moving through the undergrowth. This is not a land dominated by people. It's a land where people are guests, surrounded by wilderness on all sides. This is where Admiralty Island truly earns its fearsome nickname, the Fortress of the Bear. Here's the staggering truth: there are more brown bears than humans on this island. Estimates range from 1,000 to 1,600 bears, which means on average, there's about one bear for every single square mile. Think about that for a second. You're more likely to bump into a bear here than another person. And these aren't just any bears. We're talking about the massive Alaskan brown bear, a close relative of the grizzly. Admiralty Island alone is believed to hold 10% of the entire brown bear population in Alaska. That's how concentrated they are here. But the wildlife dominance doesn't stop there. Bald eagles, the symbol of the United States, outnumber even the bears. More than 2,500 of them nest and soar across the island, making the skies as alive as the forests below. It's a place where humans are outnumbered at every level. Here, you're a visitor in the kingdom of predators. If you had the chance, would you dare set foot on an island where bears outnumber people? Let me know in the comments. I'm really curious who would take that risk. Admiralty Island isn't just wild, it's protected wild. In 1978, US President Jimmy Carter declared it the Admiralty Island National Monument, placing nearly the entire island under federal protection. Later, in 1986, it was also recognized as a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve, highlighting its global importance as one of the planet's richest ecosystems. The island is managed by the Tongass National Forest, the largest national forest in the United States. That means almost every tree, stream, and mountain here is safeguarded from development. Still, history shows that parts of the island will move into the center and the land changes completely. Here, a broad lowland stretches across the island, dotted with dozens of lakes and winding streams. These waterways cut from west to east, feeding into bays and fjords. It's the widest part of Admiralty and one of the most striking contrasts in the landscape. Further south, the mountains rise again, this time fractured by countless coves, inlets, and bays. From the air, the coastline looks jagged, almost shattered, giving the island its famous rugged outline. This mix of towering mountains, serene lakes, and dramatic coastlines makes Admiralty Island not just a haven for wildlife, but a breathtaking natural fortress. If you're enjoying this journey into one of Alaska's wildest places, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can keep exploring the world's most extreme and overlooked destinations with us here at Beyond Atlas Explore. Admiralty Island isn't just a place to read about. It's a destination for those bold enough to step into true wilderness. One of the most famous spots here is the Pack Creek Bear Viewing Area. This isn't your typical tourist site. There are no bathrooms, no shelters, no cell service, just you, the forest, and some of the largest brown bears on Earth. The only way in? A 30-minute float plane ride from Juneau. And once you land, you step into a world where bears rule the shoreline. It's carefully managed to keep both people and animals safe, with strict limits of just 24 visitors per day during the season from April through September. Beyond Pack Creek, Admiralty is a paradise for backcountry adventurers. Paddling through misty fjords in a kayak, trekking through old-growth forests, or canoeing across glassy lakes, every step and every stroke reminds you that this is untamed land. But it's also unpredictable. Storms can cancel flights, high winds can trap you on the island, and always the possibility of a bear encounter lingers just beyond the trees. It's a place where risk and reward go hand in hand, and for many that's exactly the appeal. But Murder Cove's history didn't end there. In the early 1900s, it became home to a whaling station, established by the Tlingit Packing Company. For a few years, the waters around Admiralty were exploited for whales, until declining populations shut the operation down by 1913. It was also here that the first American-built steam-powered whaler, a 97-foot vessel called the Tlingit Junior, launched into service. It was a glimpse into the industrial age colliding with one of the wildest corners of the continent. Murder Cove is a place where the wilderness and human history overlap, a beautiful landscape marked by violence, greed, and survival. Admiralty Island is unlike anywhere else on Earth. It's a land where bears outnumber people, where eagles crowd the skies, and where dense forests and jagged coastlines create a fortress of raw wilderness. It's also a place shaped by human history, from the traditions of the Tlingit people to the dark legacy of Murder Cove. But above all, Admiralty Island is a reminder of what the world once was: untamed, unpredictable, and breathtakingly wild. So if you ever find yourself in Alaska, remember this: stepping onto Admiralty Island means stepping into the domain of giants. Here, humans aren't in charge, we're just visitors. If you enjoyed this journey, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join us here at Beyond Atlas Explore, where we uncover Earth's most extreme, mysterious, and overlooked places. Until next time, keep exploring.